watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing.
It's your boy Big Baby Miller here. Listen, we knocking on all bums. First it's going to be Dylan White, if it's going to be Joseph Parker. But you know who got the story right? Mr. Boxing Today. You check him out. He got all the latest news on the heavyweight division. And if you don't know me, you soon will. Because I'm kicking everybody ass.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So the news came out yesterday that Luis Ortiz versus Joe Hanks will be added to the Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter Jr. undercard taking place July 28th. So in a few weeks here. I'm glad that Luis Ortiz is back. I'm glad that, you know, put it like this, man. Do I want to see Luis Ortiz in 3 weeks from now? Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? Was Joe Hanks my first choice to, you know, as an opponent? No, it's not. But one thing about Joe Hanks is, you know, once upon a time, he was a 21-0 heavyweight. He had the big fight at that point of his career, and Andy Ruiz Jr. It was going into that fight with Ruiz. That was both guys, you know, biggest fight up until that point. You know what I mean? But one thing about Hanks that I noticed, man, this is going to be his fourth fight in the last 5 years, and he had lost to Ruiz, I believe, 2013. Then he lost his next fight after that to Derek Rossi, tough Derek Rossi. Funny because when Ortiz, he actually had a fight with Rossi that was scheduled, and then Ortiz had to pull out the fight. Guess they were citing a knuckle injury or a thumb injury or something like that. That was last year. But then Derek Rossi went on to fight Carlos Negron, and he actually got beat. He got upset by Carlos Negron. But back to this fight, though. Luis Ortiz versus Joe Hanks. So like I said, man, Joe Hanks was, once upon a time, he was a 21-0 up-and-coming rising heavyweight before he met Andy Ruiz Jr. I'm picking Ortiz to win this fight. Hanks, I think, is going to have to do what got him to be 21-0, man. Let his hands go, use his jab, try to land the right hand. He's going to have to get Luis Ortiz respect. He can't allow himself to be pressed against the ropes or to be walked down and stalked. Then he also has to watch out for those little drive moments where Ortiz kind of gives you he kind of makes you feel as if everything's safe. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is, it's kind of like when Hanks fought Ruiz, where, you know, he'll go to land a jab. And, you know, sometimes guys that throw punches, then they'll kind of mutually just kind of clinch each other. Ortiz, one of those type of guys where you may think you're about it's a mutual clinch, and then he throws an uppercut or a quick hook. You know what I mean? He'll catch you in those little dry spots. He did it to Jennings when Jennings was walking forward with the high guards, trying to walk him down. And then Luis Ortiz hit him with an uppercut out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Even that shot when Wilder landed that right hand in that 7th round, when Wilder actually landed a big right hand on Ortiz when Ortiz countered him. You know what I mean? It's just his counters, and he'll just give you a false sense of security when you think, okay, we're about to clinch, or I'm just going to come forward with the high guard and do what I've been doing. He'll kind of place those sneaky shots in there. Joe Hanks also carries a low left jab. And sometimes he'll try to give you his shoulder, his left shoulder. He's an orthodox fighter. He'll try to give you that left shoulder. He may try to give you that shell look by giving you the left shoulder and covering up like that. But I think Ortiz going to try to exploit Joe using a low left jab. Look for Ortiz to try to work his lead right hook. I think he'll try to lead with that right hook. I think he'll try to blind Joe with his jab and find a place for his left hand, whether it's a straight left hand, an uppercut, a body shot. We know Ortiz can be very surgical with his left hand. Hanks is best. I think the best bet for him to try to win this fight is he's going to have to get Luis Ortiz respect, land some right hands, try to back Ortiz up. And Ortiz is a good counter puncher. You know what I mean? It's almost damn if you do, damn if you don't, you know, fight Luis Ortiz. But I would way rather him be on the back foot, being backed up with right hands and jabs versus him walking you down, coming forward, picking his spots, and picking his spots rather with left hands, either straight, hooks, uppercuts. But he's dangerous when he's coming forward. And he's dangerous off the back foot too, Luis Ortiz, countering you. You know what I mean? So picking Luis Ortiz to win this fight, I think it'd be a lot more competitive than Luis Ortiz versus, let's say, Daniel Martz. I think it'll be a lot more competitive than that. But just inactivity with Hanks over the last, like I said, 5 years. This is only his 4th fight, you know what I mean, versus Ortiz, who is, I believe this is Ortiz's 13th fight since 2013, you know what I mean? So he's been a lot more active than Hanks. But I think it's a good fight that's just made, we're going to get the fight in what, 3 weeks from now. So it isn't something we have to wait 2 months for or 3 months for. I'm not sure when they start talking about the fight, but at least the news came out to us with only about 3 weeks to go. You know what I mean? So do I want to see Luis Ortiz in 3 weeks? You damn straight I do. You know what I mean? But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section about Luis Ortiz versus Joe Hanks. What do you think about the fight, man? Y'all let me know. I'm picking Ortiz to win this by stoppage. These dudes are too big. I think leather will be thrown. Hanks, he showed heart in the Ruiz fight when he got knocked down. Initially, he was trying to beat the count, and he got up, trying to get as much rest as he possibly could. Ruiz landed a quick combination of a right hand and then a left hook that put Hanks down. Hanks got up. Then when he got put down again, he wanted to get back up. The ref was like holding him down, not letting him get up. But he wanted to get back up. And I've seen some of his earlier fights when he was coming up. So going to have to give Luis Ortiz respect, man, with right hands and big left hooks. Going to have to throw his hands. Going to have to throw his hands because being walked down, pinned against the ropes, or if he has any of those type of issues, I think Ortiz is going to get him out of there, man. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm gone.